has there ever been anything that you felt like, I don't want to say that on a record? Like it feels like.
That's a great question. I always said to myself, if I said it on record, I never retract my statements.
I heard the barbershops being great debates all the time about who's the best MC, Kendrick, Jigga, and Nas. Eminem, Andre 3000, the rest of y'all new niggas, just new niggas, don't get involved. And I ain't rocking no more designer shit. White tees and Nike Cortez, this red Corvette synonymous. I'm usually homeboys with the same niggas I'm rhyming with, but this is hip-hop and them niggas should know what time it is. And that goes for Jermaine Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, J Electron, Tyler McMillan. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas.
Because it's my self-expressions. You can have your opinions on it, you can feel a certain type of way, but it's how I feel. And I can't contradict that at all, you know, and sometimes I do come across them lines, you know, as rappers, as, you know, we always have that, you know, that thing about us where, you know, it is controversy, you know, but it came from some type of inspiration, and I have to say it. I have to be vocal about it, you know.
And do you ever look back on any and feel like you'd like to change any of the things that you've written, or?
It'll be me saying I want to go deeper. I should have went deeper.
I see.
Compton. VI. Heard a conversation with my father talking to his favorite partner at the domino table. Tony had told him that he saw a young nigga hopping out, busting like 4 charters, popping pills, mix a gallon of Sherman, some holy water. Mix a gallon of Sherman, some holy water, sell it to a priest, he probably can get it off by tomorrow. It's wicked with my favorite uncle kick it, fiends trying to kick the addiction of sucking glass dicks. Vivid images going gets any fantasy you can fathom. Phantoms ain't the only thing that's suicidal. Open the doorway to his soul, hit the hallway, then hit the closet. You see a rifle aiming at your arteries, part of me, parts of me is psycho.
Aaron Follow, who was an NBA player who came up in Compton like you. And to me, I see it like if y'all Compton caterpillars that turned into butterflies, he turned into the butterfly, and then there was a jealousy and an envy that he got out to see the world and make it out.
Exactly.
You make it out, and then you rap, a friend never leaves Compton for profit. Like it's some serious survivor's guilt going on.
It's definitely survivor's guilt. A lot of the album has that survivor's guilt from institutionalized. How can I use my influence with other cats coming into the city and me still being involved in the activities, you know, inside the streets? How can I influence that in a positive way? That's part of survivor's guilt. I'm feeling all these things while I'm on tour. But prior to that, before that, when I went overseas, you know, I gotta get off stage and almost face the madness and get these calls. You feel me? Like, it's real, man. 3 of my homeboys that summertime, was murdered. You know, close ones too, not just somebody that I hear about. These people I grow up with. So it all psychologically it messes your brain up because you live in this life. You know what I'm saying? But you still have to face realities of this. I got to get back off that tour bus and go to these funerals, you know, and go talk to my moms and talk to their aunties, the kids that you know.
The first verse and the second verse, you know, I really want to make it make sense, still have fun, and still have that charisma about it, and putting that metaphor behind it with the swimming pools and playing off words, you know. So I guess it's all around record. It's one of my favorite records.
Since we're introducing you to a larger audience, I guess with this being the first one out there for the world to hear, I hear you, like your beginnings of hip hop is driving back from the hospital. Like Big Daddy Kane was playing in the car. Yeah,
that's the story that my mom's always tell me. You know, me being born in Compton, this hospital called Dominguez Hospital, and as soon as they put me in the car, my pops was playing Big Daddy Kane, driving back, and she was screaming and yelling at him, cut it off. And he was like, nah, he cool, he ain't crying, you know. So eventually I probably started off, you know, with the music that day, just being a kid, being an infant, and not crying after hearing it, you know, still calm, cool, and collect like I am now.
So when did it start for you? When did you start rapping?
I started rapping, I probably could start saying, I've been rapping my whole life. I might start saying it now, just off the fact that I was reciting a whole lot of Dr. Dre, a whole lot of Snoop when I was a kid, watching videos and nothing but the G thing, New York, Snoop Dogg, debut single. I was learning all that as a kid, so I was rapping then. I started writing my own raps at 13. I was writing, throwing away papers, hiding them.
Were you writing with girls back then?
Yeah, I was writing about all type of nasty shit.
You thought had graduated. I'm the master that masturbated on your favorite MC into the industry had wanted me assassinated. You either corny or an opportunist. I let you eat, now go back to church and steal crackers at communion. What are we doing? I'm about to crack the Da Vinci Code. Yeah, and nothing been the same since they dropped Control and tucked the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Ha ha, joke's on you, high five. I'm bulletproof, your shots will never penetrate. Pin a tail on a donkey, boy, you been a fake.
Hey y'all, hey. It's your girl Twilight, and today we're going to be diving deep into Kendrick Lamar's The Heart series. It's a 5-part saga of ambition, trauma, success, and let's be real, a lot of feelings. Okay? And that's one of the things that I love about Kendrick Lamar. He is very raw and transparent with his feelings. He puts it all out there. Very, very reminiscent of another Gemini, the late, great Tupac. And I think, obviously, that's where he draws his inspiration from. And I thought this video was par for the course simply because there's just so much controversy surrounding Kendrick Lamar and his tether Drake, but we're not talking about Drake today. We're going to talk about Kendrick Lamar. And, you know, my brother, he has been pressing me, shout out to Fessa, Chicago Stand Up, to do and break down lyrics. But I told him like, yo, that's not really my lane. However, I do definitely break down philosophies, psychology, and conspiracy theories. And I think that the series of The Heart would be a great opportunity to kind of see how Kendrick has evolved in his music from start to now. Even though somebody tried to throw some shade and do The Heart Part 6, but can you say failed? Yeah, I can you? Now, let's be clear, guys. Even though I love Dot, and I'm overly dedicated about it, damn, I know he is not Mr. Morale, but I see the heart in him. And you can tell he is just a man trying to cope with being born a good kid in a mad city. I see what you did there. You ain't cute.
Playing with the rock like I'm Jigga Man. Gotta look a nigga in the eyes when you kill a man. In my loud, every wild scrap. Most these rappers cow. I ain't giving doubt.
Now, if you're sitting around talking about what is the heart, what is she talking about? If you don't know what the Heart series is, first of all, what are you doing with your life? Do you even have Wi-Fi? The Heart is Kendrick's way of saying, hey, I'm Kendrick Lamar and I have feelings. But like feelings with bars that'll make you slap your mama. Not my mama, your mama, because my mama will slap back.
What?
So starting off with The Heart Part 1, the year was 2010. And Kendrick is out here like, yo, I'm broke, but I'm about to be the greatest rapper alive. Just watch. He had that ambition, baby. Look in his eyes. In Part 1, he's spitting about his grind, about growing up in Compton, and honestly, he sounds like that one friend who insists they're gonna blow up, even though they still ask you to spot them $5 for gas.
Back with a vengeance, back with my heart and I'm venting. Back with another war pendant, salute me and shoot me. I never wore a kufi, ignore my religion. I believe it's one God, it's one love. And I believe if I fly, we are doves. I make a way for my people to...
You could so tell he was hungry, he was passionate, and he's got that early rapper vibe where you can hear every syllable of every word like he's auditioning for a Shakespeare play.
Hello? Hey girl, I'm in the movie. Shake and spin, love. Oh,
I try not to obey them at any time. That's what I believe in, not believing it.
So what keeps you alive?
4 big bottles of water a day, 2 packs of Marlboro Reds, and that what keeps me alive. Shit. Music. I have to listen to music all day long. I'd say that keeps me going. I'm a pretty dark person. I thought about ending it a million times, and I had say the music keeps me here. By far, the main thing.
Thank you.
In part 2, Kendrick's like, okay, I'm a little famous now, but I'm kind of scared about it. This is the part where he looks at fame like it's a relationship that got serious too fast. He's like, I thought this was gonna be fun. What do you mean I have responsibilities?
Sitting in the studio thinking about which move will go right now. Freestyle or write down, whatever. It's still a come up clever. I just need to free my thoughts, and Lord knows that I know better. But I ain't perfect, I ain't seen too many churches or know them testament verses. You should either hear me now or go deaf, or end up dead, die trying and no death. Might end up dead, swallow blood, swallow my breath. Fuck a funeral, just make sure you pay my music respect, nigga.
Kendrick is basically having a therapy session in the booth, talking about trauma, guilt, and that heavy stuff we all pretend not to think about at 2 a.m. But hey, he makes it sound really cool. And I think this is where I first found out about Kendrick, and I instantly fell in love with the guy, because I knew that there was something more behind those lyrics than empty rhetoric or attempting to sound the most intelligent. Even one of his bars, he says, my simplest shit be the most pivotal, as he's relating that to people who utilize all the similes and metaphors to make it sound good. It wasn't just about that. It was truly about expression. And you can tell he felt connected to his community. I mean, the guy could literally rap about filing taxes, and we all be like, damn, that's deep. Was that a triple, double, flipple entendre? Now, by the time The Hard Part 3 is released, I'm starting to connect the dots of a pattern emerging. Seems to me like Kendrick Lamar is always in some existential crisis. And this existential crisis is really good for his music. It seems he's always conflicted, like a typical Gemini. Think about all the Geminis, you know, Kanye, Tupac. I think Biggie was on the cusp. It's always like they're in this crisis of trying to be the person that they know they are meant to be, but also trying to stay true to and trying to stay loyal to their roots. So by the time The Hard Part 3 dropped, it was right before Good Kid, Mad City. So Kendrick is standing on the edge of superstardom, like, am I ready to do this? Do I want this? Basically, he's asking himself the same question us regular folks ask when we order a large pizza by ourselves. But Kendrick is getting real introspective in this one. I'm no rapper, but I'm gonna give it a go on some of his lyrics, and I'll read some of it, and then you can check out the rest by looking it up on, you guessed it, YouTube. So he raps, when the whole world sees you as Pac reincarnated, that's enough pressure to live your whole life sedated. Find the tallest building in Vegas and jump off it. But I could never rewrite history in a coffin. So I'm talking to God, can you wash all my demons off me? This last year I've been quite similar to Aaliyah. Control my destiny, only rapper that steered. A G5Gs, give high fives to me, and so on and so forth like that. But yeah, that boy. That boy is nasty with the lyricism. And that is extremely surprising for somebody who was so young, because at the time he couldn't have been more than about 25, 26. So now he's talking about staying true to himself, while he's also secretly hoping the rap game doesn't ruin his favorite hoodie, okay? You can also tell he's worried about fame changing him. Like, will he still be the same Kendrick from the block? Spoiler alert, the answer is no. And I think at some point during Kendrick's career, he had to accept that within himself, the evolution and the change that came along with being famous, being on the radar, people having high expectations, and managing all that with a family, which we will later see in Mr. Morale. So the Heart Part 4 was on a total different vibe. He made no apologies and he stepped into his big boy shoes. And this one was one of my favorite ones. I love the Heart Part 2 because it really illustrated the inner crisis he was having, but this one said, nah, I'm stepping into my glow and I'm claiming my crown. He went full King Kong on the industry. He's on the top of the Empire State Building swatting at other rappers like, you peasants need to step your game up. He's sending out warning shots like, I'm the king, y'all the extras in my music video, and then out of nowhere he casually throws shade at the president. Slick. And he says he calls Donald Trump a chump and has no issue with it. Bro, I was lit off of that. I was like, okay, look at that. Because, you know, you think in Hollywood, they got to censor themselves. But hey, I like where he was going with that. He also put people like Big Sean on notice, Drake on notice. And we can see today how that's come full circle. This is my favorite part right here. Listen, stop playing with Kendrick. Stop playing with Kendrick. I'm trying to tell y'all. Oh my God. This is when he accepted that he was amongst all these people that he once looked up to, but now he was the up and coming. He was the wave. He was the new vibe. And I loved how he stepped into his big shoes. And finally, the Heart Part 5 in 2022. Kendrick is like that one wise uncle who's been through it all and now only wears sandals with socks. Yeah. He's here to talk about healing and trauma, and then he starts rapping from the perspective of Nipsey Hussle, and everyone in the room starts crying, including me, and I don't even know why. Kendrick is not just talking about himself anymore. He's speaking for the whole community. He's like, we've been through a lot, but it's time to heal. Also, I'm still the best rapper alive, just in case you motherfuckers forgot. This man dropped bars and also emotional wellness and wisdom. He's like a Yoda of rap. And I know that makes a lot of Drake glazers very angry. Such is life. Kendrick to me is the culture and Drake is the popular guy. It is what it is, So there you have it. The Heart series is Kendrick Lamar's diary, therapy session, rap battle, all rolled in one. Oh, right. Wait. Hold up. Just remember, there's a Heart Part 6.
Not far down. The ones that you getting your stories from, they all clowns.
Yeah, no. So he's evolved from a hungry rapper with something to prove to a cultural icon with all the wisdom of a grandpa who fought 5 wars, but like super cooler. And will Kendrick just ignore the effort to sabotage his series and drop a Heart Part 6 and let that be another emotional nuke on us? Only time will tell. But until then, let's appreciate what we've got. All right, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, make sure you drop a comment, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, and I'll give you more of my heartfelt opinion on different things, topics, and such. And see you in the next one.